Checks the runner. He's back in time. So it's a 1-2 count to Truitt. And the pitch. Pop fly. Looks going to left field. Left fielder's coming in. Makes the catch. Throw home. And what a play by the second baseman. Nice play. So Brody gets caught in a rundown on his way home. So the left fielder, so we'll catch everyone up here. Left fielder snags the fly ball from Truitt, so there's one out. And then Brody gets caught in a rundown between third and short, trying to go home. Throw was a great throw. The catcher made a great stop. And that's 2 outs. So Chase steps in with 2 outs, nobody on. Great defensive play by the left fielder and the catcher and the team to put together that rundown to finally get Brody. So ball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Ooh, called strike. Nice drop curve there. It's a 1-2 count now to Chase. It's a 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Line shot into center field. And Chase is on with a single. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And the pitch. Ball just inside. It's a 1-1 count now to Jake. With, I believe, Ryder on deck. So here comes the 1-1 to Jake. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. And Chase is safely in the second base. So now it's a 1-2 count to Jake with 2 outs, 1 on, no score, top of the first inning. Pitch. Ball high. So 2-2 count now. Unless I missed one. 2-2 count. And the pitch. Called strike 3, a drop curveball, and that is the top half of the first. So no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on. And at the end of half an inning, it's Florida Burn 0, Gulf Coast Knights coming to bat. So leading it off for the Knights in the bottom half of the first inning is going to be Bateman, Stafford, and Shea. I want to thank you all for joining us for the broadcast of the Gulf Coast Knights and the Florida Burn. It's 12. Not 100% sure on who's catching right now, but fill you in on that when I can. So Florida Burn had a really long inning. I think it was the 5th inning, top of the 5th, which gave them the lead last game for keeps, and they ended up winning the game 9-4. Again, this is Pool Play, or the Scared Hitless Tournament, brought to you by Visit StPeteClearwater.com, Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. I'm Doc, your commentator, and Tampa Bay USSSA. All right, so here we go. Getting ready to start here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bottom of the 1st inning. No score. And Bateman steps into the batter's box. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It's an 0-1 pitch from Evan to Bateman. Swing and a miss on that. Again, no score. Bottom of the 1st inning. And the pitch. There's a pop fly on the infield. First baseman calls it, snags it, and that's 1 away. So Mason Stafford steps into the batter's box. He's the extra hitter for the Gulf Coast Knights. Bateman is the shortstop. And then Shea, who'll be coming up, who's on deck, is the pitcher. Called strike on Stafford. So it's an 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 1st inning, no score. And the pitch. Ball low. So now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's the 1-1. Ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. So Nathan Shea steps in. Ball just a little outside. And it's a 1-0 count to Shea. Ball 2. So 2-0 to Shea. 2 outs, nobody on. And the 2-0. Ball 3. So a 3-0 count. And the pitch. Ball 4 in the dirt. And Shea is on. Remember, Shea is the pitcher. All right, so here we go. Evan checks the runner at first. And here's the pitch. Ball outside. So Evan has thrown 5 balls in a row. Still trying to find the strike zone. It's 2 outs. He had a quick 2 outs. There's a ground ball back to short. Across the diamond, and nice dig by Chase at first base, and that is 3 outs. So no harm, no foul there for the Burn. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And top of the 2nd is going to be Ryder. So Morales is behind the plate for the Gulf Coast Knights. All right, so Ryder will be stepping in to lead off the top of the 2nd inning. on deck behind Ryder. I did not get the lineup, so I'm waiting to see who it is, which is the reason for my delay, so my apologies. Looks like number 14, who is indeed AJ. All right, so here we go. And here's pitch to Ryder. Called strike. Just a little bit up, he says. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. And the pitch. Called strike 3. And that is 1 out. So Ryder caught looking. And now they'll bring in AJ. So AJ steps in the batter's box. And the pitch, there's a bunt, foul, and it's no 1 count. So no balls, 1 strike on AJ. I think Gannon is on deck. And the pitch. Called strike. So an 0-2 count. So Shea is pitching a gym so far, after he settled down from the last inning. And the pitch. Called strike. And that's 2 outs looking. So Florida Burn caught looking twice, both Ryder and AJ, and there's 2 quick outs. Gannon steps in, and looks like, I'll find out in a second who's on deck. Called strike on Gannon. So no 1 count to Gannon. Top of the 2nd inning. Still no score. Nobody on, nobody out. I'm sorry, nobody on, 2 outs. Ball up, and that's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke is on deck, and he's also doing the catching for the Burn. And the pitch. Called strike 2. So 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gannon. And here comes the 1-2. Ground ball to second base. Second baseman fields it. Throws over to first, and that's 3 outs. So 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. And at the end of 1.5, it is 0-0 still. All right. So who will be the first to put runs across the board there? That's yet to be seen. It's like Luke is back catching again. And this inning will be led off by Letko with the bottom of the 2nd inning. All right. So Evan gets a sign, comes set, and delivers. Called strike. So no balls, one strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the swing and a miss at strike 2. So Evan is ahead in count. Here in the bottom of the second inning. And here comes the 0-2. Call strike 3, and that is 1 out. So Evan chalks up his first strikeout of the game. Through 2 innings so far, Shea has chalked up 3 strikeouts. All right, so Clapperede steps in. Evan gets a sign, comes set, and delivers. It's a ground ball to half swing to first base. First baseman Chase snags it, and that's 2 outs.
Now batting number 24, Dempsey Floyd.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Floyd steps in with 2 outs, and he's your first baseman for the Knights. And the pitch. There's a line shot. It's going to drop into right field, and runner safe at first base after sliding in, narrowly escaping a throw from right field on short right field. So there is a single then for Floyd, and Dobman steps in. So runner on base, 2 outs. And Evan checks the runner, gets a sign, and delivers. Swing and a miss. So no 1 count to Dobman with Floyd down at first base. 2 outs, 1 runner on, no score, bottom of 2. And the pitch. Ball just a little up. And it's going to be a 1-1 count. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 1 on. A tie ball game, 0-0 so far. And the pitch by Evan. Ball low. And it's a 2-1 count. So 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Dobman. And the pitch. It's fouled off. And now it's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 1 on. No score. Bottom of second. Two outs. No score. 1 runner on first base. That's Floyd. Evan gets a sign, checks the runner. Comes set. And delivers. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the count is full with 2 outs. I would expect that Floyd will be running on this pitch. And there he goes. Ball 4. So Dobman gets on with a walk. You got 2 runners on, 2 outs. And Lucas steps in. Lucas is your center fielder today, at least so far. So 2 on, 2 out, bottom of second. The Knights are threatening. And the pitch. It's a pop fly on the infield, shortstop's back, snags it, and that is the inning. So no runs, 2 left on base, 1 hit, no errors, and at the end of 2, it's 0-0. All right, so leading off for the Burn in the top of the 3rd inning is going to be Luke. So as we watch the warm-ups here, step away for just a second. Be right back with you, folks. All right, Luke steps in. With Reed on deck. All right, so here we go. The quick inning, last inning for it was 1, 2, 3 for the Knights. Getting the burn out. They're swinging a miss, strike one. Count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ball inside. It's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fouled off. And it's now a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the 3rd inning. Ball 3.
That's only ball 3. Foul 2 of them. Foul 2 of them.
All right, so it's a full count on Luke. They had inadvertently sent him down to first base, but it's been corrected by the base umpire. And here we go. Full count, pitch. It's a line shot in the center field. Center fielder snags it, and that is 1 away. So 1 down. Reed steps in. Evans coming out on deck. Which means Asa will follow. All right, here's the first pitch to Reed. Ball just a little wet. So that's a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. Called strike, and it's a 1-1 count. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 3rd inning, still a 0-0 ball game. Ball 3. So 3-1 count now to Reed. 1 out, nobody on. Top of 3, no score. And the pitch. Ball 4. So Reed is on. And Evans stepped in the batter's box. Unless Asa is not batting this game. He may be a sub. So Shea checks the runner. All right, so Shea is checking the run. We haven't got a pitch yet to Evan. That's Brody on deck. So Asa is not in the game. Shea checks the runner again. There's 1 out, 1 on. No count to the batter yet. And Brody is coming by to go to the on deck circle. And Shea comes in and delivers to the plate. There goes the runner. And the runner is safe. So Reed is safe in the second base with stolen base. It's a strike on Evan. So runner on second base. 0-1 count on Evan. 1 out. And still no score. But the Burn are threatening here in the top of the third. And the pitch. Ball high. It's a 1-1 count now to Evan. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. No score. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It's 2 outs. That brings Brody to the plate. Brody last time up walked. Still have Reed down at second base, and Truitt is on deck. And here's the first pitch to Brody. Called strike. Nice curveball there. So no 1 count. No balls, 1 strike. Two outs, 1 on, ball outside. So it's a 1-1 count to Brody. Reed's down at second base, a third. So 2-1 count now to Brody. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And now it's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Reed down at third base. Represents the first score of the game and the go-ahead run for the Burn. And here comes the pitch. Called strike 3, and that's the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left base, and at the end of 2.5, Stafford. And step away for a moment. This is the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Evan is still pitching, and I believe Luke is still catching. All right, so here we go. Evan gets a sign, comes set, and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike one. So no balls, one strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the third with no score. And the pitch. Ball outside, so it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Morales steps in the box. Evan gets a sign, comes set, and delivers the pitch. Fly ball down the right field. Right fielder's over, makes the catch. And that is 1 away.
Number 27, Dylan.
That was a nice run and catch by the right fielder. Hat's tipped to him. And a long way to go. All right. So Dylan steps in the batter's box. And Evan gets his sign, comes set, and delivers. It's called strike as he went for the bunt. If he had pulled back, it had, of course, been called a ball, but because he went after it, he did get called for a strike. So it's an 0-1 count on Dylan Bateman. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of 3. And here's the 0-2. There's a line shot to second base. Easy play, and that is 2 outs. So Mason steps into the batter's box. So last time Mason was up, Mason grounded out to short. But he did work it to a 3-1 count. So let's see what Evan has in store here. There's the pitch. And that looks like ball 1. So 1-0 now. 2-0. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Or sorry, 2 balls, no strikes. I thank you all for joining us here on the broadcast, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network YouTube channel. It's ball 3 to Mason. This weekend's Scared Hitless tournament, put on by Tampa Bay USSSA and sponsored by visitstpclearwater.com. And the pitch, ball outside, and that's a walk. So Evan issues a walk to Mason Stafford, and we got Nathan Shea, the pitcher, coming into the batter's box. So we got 2 outs and a runner on first. This is Doc, your commentator from the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. The Burn pitching coach is going out to talk to his pitcher. So Shea steps in the batter's box, and here's the first pitch from Evan. Called strike. So no 1 count, no balls, 1 strike. Runner on first, still no score. There's 2 outs. There's 2 outs. And the pitch. Caught. So no balls, 2 strikes. Evan comes set after he checks the runner and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Or 1-2 pitch. That's strike 3 looking. Sorry, that was a 1-2 count. And that is the end of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And at the end of 3, we still have no score. 1 was left on base. So far, the Knights have managed 1 hit and have left 4 men on base. The Florida Burn have managed 1 hit and left 2 on base. So here we go at the top of the 4th. Throw's about to go down to second base. We'll get back underway here in the top of the 4th with Truitt, Chase, and Jake batting this inning. All right, so here we go. Truitt steps in. Nathan Shea gets a sign, sets, and delivers. There's a fly ball to left field, over the left fielder's head. It's going to get in for There's a fly ball over the right fielder's head. The first one of the game is going to be scored. Chase is going to go in with a stand-up double, and the Burn lead it 1-0. So back-to-back doubles by the Burn, with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. And coach is calling time to go out and speak to his pitcher after giving up back-to-back doubles to lead off here in the 4th inning. So the Burn, the first one's to put runs on the board. Doesn't look like they're making any pitching changes, as Nathan Shea still has the baseball in his hand. And the coach is trying to settle down the team and what to do with the outfielders getting the ball hit over their head twice, back to back, which has caused that run. So a little strategy, pumping up, and here we go. All right, so 1-0 lead for the Florida Burn here in the top of the 4th. Nobody out, and a runner on second. Jake steps into the batter's box. Shea gets his sign, sets, and delivers. Swing and a miss. So Jake struck out his last time up looking. Ryder, who's on deck, also struck out looking. Chase is 2 for 2 with a single and a double today, and an RBI in this game, rather. There's a called strike, and it's 0-2 to Jake. So no 2 count. And here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 1 out. So 1 out. Ryder steps in. Ryder's, like I said, got caught looking last time. AJ is on deck, and he also got caught looking last time. So you got 1 runner on Chase. You got 1 out, 1 on. 1 run in. It is a 1-0 lead by the Burn here in the top of the 4th. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. So 1 strike on Ryder. Here in the top of the 4th. And the pitch. So line shot out to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. And Chase holds up at third base. So a long single, or a single for Ryder, moving Chase to third, and puts runners on first. Shea comes set, checks the runner, and delivers. There goes the runner. So Ryder still second. Chase gets back to third base safely. And I believe it's a 1-0 count to AJ. And here's the delivery. It's a ground ball to first base. Mishandled by the first baseman. No one's covering first base. 1 run scores, and it's a 2-0 ball game. So we'll call that an infield single for AJ, which then moves Ryder to third. So runners again at first and third with 1 out. The Burn have a 2-0 lead, and Gannon's in the box, and he'll be. Shea gets a sign. Runners on second and third. 2 out, or one out, 2 in. Ball low. 2 balls, no strikes to Gannon. Runners on second and third. 2 runs in for the Burn this inning, which makes it a 2-0 lead over the Gulf Coast Knights. And the pitch. Called strike. So 2-1 count for Gannon. And the pitch. There's a line shot out to left field. Left fielder snags it, and that's 2 away. All right, so 2 down. Luke steps in the box. He flew out to center field this last time up, and Reed, who's on deck, walked. We still got runners at second and third. AJ at second, Ryder at third. 2 runs have scored. Both Truitt and Chase have crossed the plate, which have given the Burn a 2-0 lead. So 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. And at the end of 3.5, it's the Burn 2, Gulf Coast Knights 0. So coming up for Gulf Coast in the bottom half of the 4th inning is going to be DePaulo, Waletko, and Clappereed. DePaulo grounded out to short last time. Waletko got caught looking, and Clappereed grounded out to first base. So Asa is now in the game catching. Getting set here in just a moment. We'll take the final pitch will be made, and we will. So down on 2. So 2 more pitches, and this game's underway. Again, thank you for joining us on the Tampa Bay UTROPOSA Sports Network. All right, so here we go. So 2-0 lead for the Burn. Going into the bottom of the 4th here. And the first pitch to DePaulo. It's a ground ball base hit into the right field. Misplayed by the right fielder. And DePaulo is going to end up on second base with a stand-up double. So the Burn started off with a double, and as the Gulf Coast Knights start off with a double. Well, Letco steps in. Again, he was caught looking last time. And Clappery is on deck, who grounded out to the pitcher. And
He didn't see him. Pitcher can't stand on the rubber without the ball. Can't stand on the rubber without the ball. He can't stand on the rubber. He's on the mound, for Pete's sake. Pitcher's on the mound without the ball. That was a live ball? There's no foul. He can't be on the mound. Okay. Thank you. Hey, good effort, though. I definitely liked it.
all right, so here we go. A little controversy there around the shortstop having the ball in his hand while the pitcher's close to the mound, but it was not a live ball, so everything was good. And here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt. DePaulo is going to move to third base. And he's all right down there. It was kind of a dangerous slide, but nonetheless, he made it just fine. So, ball one to Letco. And here's the pitch. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Ends up going to first base. He couldn't make the throw home, and it is a 2-1 ball game.
Hey, way to go, Raiden.
All right, so Clappery steps in. 1 out, 1 run across so far. On deck is Floyd. Floyd singled his last time up. And here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. So in the top of the inning, the Burn put up 2, and here in the bottom, so far, Gulf Coast Knights have put in 1. And there's a pitch by Ryder. There's a ball's going to drop in right field, and it's going to be a single. And Gulf Coast Knights are still in business. So Floyd comes up. Again, like I said, he singled. Dobman's on deck. He walked last time. And you have 1 out with Clappery down at first base. There's an issue with the base. I don't think. All right, so it looks like everything's okay. They got the base reattached, and we will commence play. So 1 out, 1 on, 1 run in, and it's a 2-1 ball game so far. Ryder gets a sign, comes set, and delivers. Ball low, nice stop by Asa to prevent the runner from going to second. So it's a 2-0 count to Ryder. And Ryder checks the runner first. He's back. It's like may have gotten hurt on the throw. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like he slid in and jammed his knee, perhaps. But he looks to be okay. So Clappery is okay. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And the pitch. Ball inside. So now it's a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Floyd. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. And there's 2 runners on. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Dobman's coming to the plate. He walked his last time up. And he'll be followed by Lucas, who flew out to the shortstop. So first baseman pulls in a little bit. Infield is in just a little bit as well, the middle infield. And here's the pitch. Ball, and this is going to be close. He's in there. So on the pass ball, Clappery moves to third. It's a ball outside to Dobman. And Floyd also moves up on the pass ball. So runners at second and third. One out. And the Knights are threatening. And the pitch. It's a ground ball to first. And they have the runner in a rundown between third and home. And they got him, and that is 2 outs. So Clappery is out on a rundown. Dobman hit into a fielder's choice, but he ends up on second base, and Floyd's on third. So it's 2 outs now. Runners on second and third. Nice play down there by Chase to watch the runner, and where the runner committed to home. So runners on second and third, 2 outs. 1 run in for Gulf Coast Knights, and they trail by 1, 2-1. And here's the pitch. Called strike. So 0-1 count. No balls. This is Lucas up to bat. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul ball out of play. And that makes it a 0-2 count. Floyd was about over halfway down the line on that play. So I think they're, let's see what happens here. 0-2 count to Lucas. Ryder gets the sign, delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Played by the shortstop, and that is 3 outs. All right, so it's Truitt at shortstop. And that is 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, but 2 left on base. And at the end of 4 innings, it is a 2-1 ball game. The Burn are holding on to a 2-1 lead right now in the 5th. We're just getting started here in the top of the 5th. Shea is still on the mound, and Morales is still behind the plate. And here's the first pitch. Ball high. So 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes to Reed. Here in the 5th. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. To Reed, he'll be followed by Evan, who struck out his first time up. Called strike, and it's a 2-1 count. He'll be followed by Brody, who has walked and struck out looking. And the pitch, foul ball, and it's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Shea. Just off the plate. And it's a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. The Burn have a 1-run lead over the Knights. Here's the pitch. And ball 4. So Asa steps in. It could be 1-1, but I think it's 0-2. And here's the 0-2 delivery by Shea. Ball high. So it must be 2-1. The reason I say that is because Asa was bunting again, and he wouldn't bunt on 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Pop fly on the infield. First base and pitcher. Pitcher catches it. And that is 1 away. So Reed remains out second base. Brody's coming up to the plate. Brody struck out looking last time and he's walked. So he's 0 for 0 in this game so far. I'm sorry, 0 for 1. 0 for 1. And Truitt's on deck. He doubled his last time at bat. Reed's at second. 1 out and the pitch. Ball inside. So it's a 1-0 count for Brody. And the pitch. There's a bunt. That moves Reed over to third. And Brody is safe. Nice bunt by Brody. So a bunt single. Reed ends up on third. And there's runners on first and third with 1 out. So Truitt comes to the plate. Again, doubling his last time up. And the pitch. Called strike, and Brody easily goes down to second base. So 1 out, 2-1. The Burn are threatening here in the top half of the 5th. They do have the lead 2-1 right now. There's a line shot to third base. He snags it, and that is 2 outs. Nice play by the third baseman. And that holds everybody where they are with Chase coming into the batter's box. So Chase is 2 for 2. He's had a single and a double. And Jake is on deck. And here's the pitch by Shea. Ball high. So 1-0 count to Chase. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, 2 on. And the Burn are threatening here in the top of the 5th. They hold on to a 2-1 lead. And the pitch. Ball outside, and it's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. And here is the 2-0. Line shot in the center field. That gets down for a single. And that's going to score 2. And the Burn now lead it 4-1. All right, so Jake steps in. Jake struck out his first time up looking and second time swinging. Chase is down to first base. There's 2 outs and 2 runs across this inning, which gives the Burn a 4-1 lead. And they choose to go to the easy out at second base. So that's 3 outs. So the Burn get 2 runs on 2 hits and leave 1 on, and no errors committed. And it is now a 4-1 ball game. So the Gulf Coast Knights, coming up for them in the bottom of the 5th, is going to be Morales, and then back to the top of the order with Bateman and Stafford. Morales, his last time up, flew out to right field. Bateman has had 2 at-bats. He flew out to first base and lined out to second base. And then Stafford grounded out to short and walked. So Ryder's still on the mound. Ace is still behind the plate for the Burn as we get warmed up and get ready to start the bottom of the fifth. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us here on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Thanks for watching through our YouTube channel, the live broadcast of game number 5 today. Florida Burn versus the Gulf Coast Knights. Coming up next is an 11U matchup. And we'll be moving over to where we started today on Field 4 here in Oldsmar. And that will be the MD Warriors and Joba USA. All right. All right, throw goes down in the second, and we'll get underway here with Morales stepping into the batter's box. Nobody out, nobody on, bottom of 5. Burn lead this one 4-1 at the moment. And the pitch. Pop foul. And a 0-1 count to Morales. So no balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt, and it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of 5. Burn lead at 4-1. There's a pitch way outside. And it's a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Morales. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on for Morales. Bateman is on deck. And the pitch. It's a ground ball chopper to short. Fielded and across the diamond, and that is 1 away. So 1 down. So Dylan Bateman comes into the batter's box. Stafford on deck. Stafford grounded out to short and walked his last time up. And here's the pitch. Ball outside. So 1-0 count on Dylan. There's 1 out, nobody on. The Knights trail by 3. They are the home team. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. And that's a 2-0 count. So 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Dylan Bateman. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Dylan. here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here's the 3-1 pitch. It's a ground ball to third. Nice snag by the third baseman, almost in the hole by Reed. And that is 2 away. So 2 outs. Mason Stafford steps up with Nathan Shea going on deck. And the pitch. Called strike. Nice delivery by a Ryder there to get 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of 5. Knights trail by 3, 4-1 at this point. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes.
One more, bud, right here, buddy.
And here comes the 0-2. Ball high. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs, nobody on for the Knights, who trail by 3 in the bottom of 5th. And the pitch. It's a ground ball, third base, snags it. Reed grabs it across the diamond, and that is 3 outs. So 3 up, 3 down. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and at the end of 5, it's a 4-1 ball game. Byrne in the lead. So coming up for the Byrne in the top of the 6th is going to be Ryder, AJ, and Gannon. Ryder, his first time up, struck out looking, and then hit a single. AJ, his first time up, struck out looking, and then hit a single second time, which was last inning. And then Gannon flew out, or grounded out to second and flew out to left field. And that's your 3 batters coming up in this inning. Shea is still on the mound, and Morales is still behind the plate. This is Tampa USSSA Sports Network. I'll be back in just a moment. So I was incorrect. They shifted Shea was headed towards the mound, but shifted him away. And it's like it's Bateman that is pitching. All right, just about to get underway here. Next pitch, we'll be going down to second base, and we'll start the top of the 6th. Again with Ryder, AJ, and Gannon leading the inning off. The Byrne do have a 3-run lead. right, here we go. Bateman looks in, gets a sign, comes set, and delivers. There's a ground ball up the middle. Mishandled by his second baseman, and that cost a out. So we're going to call that E4. And Ryder is on base. AJ steps in the box, and Gannon is on deck. Ryder gets his lead down at first base. There's a pop fly just over the second baseman's head. That's going to drop in for a single.
Could you say on there, our family talking, could you say saying hi to the Wallbeck and Farr family?
Say hi to who?
Wallbeck and Farr family.
Wallbeck and Farr? Okay. It's a little shout out from a fan here. Wanted to say hello from the Wallbeck and Farr families. So welcome to the broadcast. There's a bunt by Gannon. A really nice bunt. And they do get him at first, but they do move the runners up to second and third. Now the throw from first was misplayed, and that scores another run. So Ryder scores and makes it a 5-1 ball game with AJ down at second base. All right, so one down. Luke steps in with Reed on deck. One out, one on, one in. Ball high. Called strike. So it's a 1-1 count to Luke. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's flown out to center field and shortstop. Reed, his first time up, who's on deck, has always walked both times, actually. There's a ground ball to third. And that is third baseman snags it. Nice snag at third base on the ball coming across. But that is 2 outs. So 2 down, 1 run is across. We got AJ at third. And Reed at the plate, and there's a ball outside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Asa's on deck. Asa flew out to the pitchers last time up. Like I said, Reed has walked each time. It is a 5-1 ball game right now as it's ball 2. As the Burn has put across 1 more run this inning. So a fly ball down the right field line. It is foul. So that makes it a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Reed, with AJ down at third base. So Dylan gets a sign, comes set, and the pitch to Reed. Ball outside. That's a 3-1 count now. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, 1 on, 1 run in. And it is right now, as it stands, a 5-1 ball game in the favor of the Burn. And the pitch. Ball inside. And for the 3rd time today, or in this game at least, Reed has walked. So he's 0 for 0 in this game because of the 3 walks, but a walk's as good as a hit because it puts a runner on base. So Asa steps in with runners on first and third. Reed's back just in time on the move by Dylan. And Brody is on deck. Brody singled his last time up. And there goes a runner. There's a line ground ball to the shortstop. Fielded by the shortstop, across the diamond, and that is 3 outs. All right, so they get 1 run on 1 hit and leave 2 on base. And no errors committed. And at the end of 5.5, it is the Burn 5, Gulf Coast Knights 1. So coming up for Gulf Coast Knights in the bottom of the 6th inning, which will be the last inning, it is Nathan Shea, DePaulo, and Waletko. So Nathan has walked and struck out looking. DePaulo led off the inning where they scored the run with a double, so he's doubled and grounded out to short. Looks like Luke is now in there pitching for the Burn. Let's see. Waletko hit into a fitter's choice and got caught looking on strike 3. And Clapreed grounded out to first and singled. Which drove in the run that they did get. In the bottom of the 4th inning. So this is bottom of the 6th. This will be it. We're just about ready here. Asa is coming out. So on the second pitch, the ball will go down to second base. And pitch. All right, so ball goes down to second base on that pitch. I was calling the pitch as if it was a pitch. Anyway. All right, Nathan Shea steps in the batter's box. Luke looks into Asa, gets the sign, comes set, and delivers. Called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Ball low. It's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Nathan Shea. And the pitch. So line shot in the gap. Diving try by the shortstop. That goes into left field for a single by Shea. So DePaulo's last at bat, he doubled, and he scored a run. The only run that the Knights have. So the Knights are down to their last 3 outs. They have no outs this inning so far. They have led off with a single by Shea, and we'll see what DePaulo can do here. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to DePaulo. Shea stands down at first base. And the pitch. And the wild pitch going over DePaulo's head sends Shea down to second base and makes it a full count on DePaulo. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of 6. The Knights are trying to rally to win this game. And the pitch. It's a ground ball down the third base line, fielded by the third baseman in foul territory. So it will be 3-2 again. And the pitch. Ball low. Shea stays at second base. All right, so a single and a walk issued by Luke. Waletko steps in, struck out and looking, and hit into a fielder's choice, hit first base grounded out to the pitcher. So called strike on Waletko. DePaulo's at first, Shay's at second, no outs. Ball outside, and it's 1-1. So one ball, one strike. Nobody out, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. So Luke checks the runner. And he's back in time. Ball inside, and it's a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Waletko. Nobody out, 2 on. Bottom of 6. Burn ahead 5-1. The pitch. Ground ball foul. And that's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. 2 on. And the pitch. Fouled off. And it is still a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball. And it will remain 2-2. So Waletko is hanging in there. And here is the 2-2 delivery once again. It's a pop fly to shortstop. Infielder fly rule called, and that is 1 away. So runners on first and second, 1 out. Clapreed steps into the batter's box. Oh, Claprude. Sorry, my apologies, folks. It looked like Clapreed, which was provided to me. So Claprude is up, and the pitch. Called strike. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. The Knights. It's a line shot in the center field. That's going to get down for a hit. And that loads the bases for Floyd, who has walked and singled. So the tying run is at the plate with 1 out. Go ahead, run is on deck. All right, here we go. Luke gets a sign and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Pitch. Hits him, and that's a run. So that makes it a 5-2 game. All right, bases remain loaded. Daubman has walked and hit into a fielder's choice. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ball low. So it is a 5-2 ball game now. And the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. Or no, called strike. Sorry, my bad, folks. It's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Line shot foul. And it's a 1-2 count now to Daubman. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. 1 run in so far. They've only trailed by 3 now. The tying run is at first base. The go-ahead run is at the plate. And the pitch. Ground ball, foul. And so it will remain a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One more, bud.
And the pitch.
Nice pitch.
Ball low. And now that makes it a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases loaded. It's a 5-2 ball game. The Burn lead it. The Knights are trying to rally here. That's ball 3. So now it goes to a full count. So full count, 1 out. No one should be running on this because there's only 1 out. And here's the payoff pitch from Luke. Foul ball. So Dobman is really making this a very tough at bat for Luke. He's hanging in there, and see what happens here. And the pitch. Called strike 3. And that's 2 outs. So bases loaded, 2 down. Again, the time runs at first base. So Lucas steps in. He flew out to shortstop and grounded out to shortstop. Both of his time up. And here's the pitch. Ball low.
Hey, stay grounded. Let's go.
1 ball, no strikes.
No lunger.
1 out. And the pitch. Called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bases loaded. Time runs at first. It's a 5-3 ball game. The Burn lead it. And the pitch. Ball outside. It's 2-1.
Step out, dude. You gotta step everything forward, dude.
2 balls, 1 strike. To Lucas. And the pitch. Ball 3. So 3-1 count. Luke, the pitcher, has nowhere to put Lucas. And here's the pitch. Ball 4. And another run is in. So that makes it a 5-3 ball game. With the time run now at second. The go-ahead at first. Morales flew out to right field and ground out to short. It's a pretty high chopper, if memory serves. So 2 outs, bases loaded still, and the pitch. Ground ball third, nice snag, and third baseman Reed just steps on the bag, and that's the ball game, folks. All right, the final here in this one, this game is the Burn 5 and the Gulf Coast Knights 3. So thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be back on live here in just a little bit with the 11U open bases here very shortly. So thank you again for joining. And it'll be the MD Warriors versus Joba USA. This is Doc signing off from the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network.